I don't know if that's exactly a joke, but it's like really, it's a critique.
Yes, it is.
No, I was never good at it. It was really terrifying. It was really awful. Everything like gay was normal. Like straight was the anomaly.
Hey everyone, it's Paolo. Okay, so today we have a great episode because I am going to be talking with the legendary comedian Margaret Cho. Now, not only has she been making us laugh for decades, but she's also an amazing singer, and she just released her third music album called Lucky Gift. I've been listening to it this whole week, and it is so good. So, I'll see you guys with Margaret Cho.
Spoonful of Paolo, here we go.
Okay, are we good? Yep. Are you good, Margaret?
I'm really good, thank you.
Okay, so I want to start by saying thank you so much for being on A Spoonful of Paolo. We are honored to have you here, Margaret Cho. Really, we're so honored.
Thank you, thank you.
Of course, you know, these last few weeks we've been listening to an album, of course. Your new album, Lucky Gift.
Yay!
Which is so good, Margaret. I am so proud of you. I know that this power pop album, like, you know, half these songs you say you wrote back in 2013 and 2014 before you released your second album, and then you have a lot of new songs on here. And I have been listening to it nonstop. You have so many good songs on here.
Thank you.
Of course. What's it like for you that you have all these songs that you've put together on this marvelous album, like, and that it's out now for people to listen to?
It just feels great. You know, I love the music. I mean, I'm really excited that people get to hear it. You know, it's just kind of been something that I've had and, you know, I've been working on for such a long time. So I'm really grateful that people are finally listening to it.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I mean, there's like Dude, like the Lucky Gift song, like your video, it's like every gay man's dream because you have so many like sequin dresses and you look so good in the video. Like, I mean, yeah, so I'm so proud of you. And I think what some people don't know is that the reason why you love music so much is because when you were 5 or 6 years old, you were in a band group.
Yes,
and then you got fired because you kept waving to the camera.
Yeah, I just didn't know what to do. Like, I wasn't made for television. Like, it was too early. She wasn't ready. So, yeah, I started very young.
But what was it about music that you fell in love with at such a young age?
Well, it was something that was always in my household. My parents are both singers and musicians. And, like, my dad plays piano, my mom plays guitar, and they both sang all the time, and they met in a church choir. So it was always like in our household, you know, music was a very big part of our lives. And so it's something that I've always done.
Wow. You know, one of the songs, Funny Man, on your album, it is so beautiful and the lyrics are so powerful. I know you dedicated to the beloved Robin Williams, your friend, and I want to just read a snippet of what you say. You say, funny man, turned and ran, in the sun, golden one, funny man, I'm your fan. When you died, oh how we cried. I was just a kid, you were just a king. Everything you did, a prayer and a wing. I know that you've said you knew Robin very much and yet very little, and you also said that he would always take his bicycle and go over the Golden Gate Bridge to go perform at Holy City Zoo, in San Francisco, which was across the street from where you lived. And I think what's so fascinating is that you would go and perform after him for like years. I mean, what was that like for you? Because I mean, that is such a big deal, and you're so young, and you're performing after, you know, Robin Williams. Like, were you scared? Did you become a pro at it after time?
No, I was never good at it. It was really terrifying. It was really awful.
What?
But it made me learn a lot. Like, it made me learn a lot about how, you know, sometimes people are exceptional, and then you have to like go, okay, well, I'm going to try to be exceptional myself. Like, I'm trying to rise up to that. I never did, but it was wonderful also too. Just, it was a hard education, but it was great. I loved him, and it was also great to see him perform so many times.
I'm so glad that you really dedicated this in honor of him, because I feel like for some reason we don't really talk about him the way he passed away. And so like, this is so special. It starts a conversation, and I just really want to thank you because the song is beautiful. So thank you, really.
Thank you.
You know, you started, you know, stand-up comedy, I think when you were like 14 years old. It became like a full thing in the late 80s for you, which I think is so cool. And then we can't forget All American Girl. your show that was I think it was in 1994 on ABC for one season. And I know that the network, they told you, you were a little too heavy, and then you went on a diet, and it took you to the hospital, and then your show got canceled. And I was just like everyone else. I think every gay person out there, we were so mad, Margaret. Because I think you had a restaurant when you found out that the show got canceled, and your then manager had told you. Were you like, when he told you that, were you like saying, "Oh my God, my career is over. Like, I was on this show that really people love, but now it's canceled. Like, I'm done." Like, what were you thinking back then?
I think it was just really like utter hopelessness. Like, I had just tried so hard, and I thought that so much of it was riding on being thin. Like, that to me was like, I just never got thin enough. That's what I thought, like, mentally. That's kind of what I just didn't get thin enough. And it was really crushing. It was like a really difficult thing. But what it also did was help me to go back into stand-up comedy and really find my voice as a comedian, which was really important. And that's the one thing that I'd always done, is relied on being a comedian. And I still love it. I still do it every day. It's something that's really important to me.
Wow. I mean, I think I remember you would have vivid dreams when you were like 6 or 7 years old of you being a stand-up comedian, and you couldn't wait to do it. Like, I think that's so cool. And I think one of the first people that you idolized and you remember seeing on SNL hosting and doing the sketches was the beloved Joan Rivers. And then like, you're on Fashion Police with Joan Rivers, this person that you like just idolized and loved so much. What was that like for you? Because that must have been a full circle moment on this show that we watched and you were so good at. Like, what was that like for you, being with Joan Rivers in the same room?
It was incredible. I mean, she was hilarious. She was just such an icon, and just such a warm, loving person as well. Like, I think that she appeared to be like really razor sharp and really kind of mean and scary, but in life, she was like the most maternal, loving, kind, just mom. I miss her. I think she was just so important in entertainment and in my life. But yeah, she was great.
I think it's amazing that someone that you idolize and then she's a part of your life. I think you had put that into the universe and that had happened. So it's just a reminder that dreams do come true because you made that happen. Like, you get to work with this iconic, person, and it's just fascinating. So well done,
Thank you.
Is there any advice that you remember that she gave you that, I mean, I know she gave you so many tips, advice about this industry and this business, but is there anything that stands out that you say, oh, this is one thing that she told me?
Well, she just said that the older we get, the more they want you. Like, that we have more value the longer we stick around. And I realize that's very true. I'm working more now than I ever have. And she was definitely right about that. I think there's a myth that when women are older, they don't need you. But that's not the case in comedy. We're really needed and really wanted. So I was grateful for her telling me that.
Wow. I also want to say thank you for being so open with your past addictions and your mental health. It helps. I know it's been helping so many people. It's helped me with me losing my mom recently, and seeing what you stand for. I just want to say thank you. I know for you that you went to mental health facility in 2016 for 1 year and 9 months. And as you say, it was a nice one. It was a nice one on Mulholland. I remember you saying that. And your friends had given you an intervention that you didn't know about. And on the way to the facility, they gave you, I think, your last bottle of wine. It was like a Pinot Noir, a red bottle of wine. It was like $35. And where do you think you would be today if your friends didn't give you that intervention and if you didn't go to this mental health facility?
Oh, I would definitely be dead. I know that for a fact. I don't think I would have been alive for much longer. I'd probably be dead by the end of the year, and I'm so grateful, but I also know that it's not just gratitude that gets you by. You actually have to do the work. Like, if you have issues, you have to go to therapy. If you have addiction, you have to get sober. I mean, there's just no way to do it without facing the fact that these activities are deadly. You can't necessarily live without assistance. Like, you need some support, whether that's through some kind of therapy, some kind of uh, like analysis or at least some kind of recovery. So yeah, I'm really grateful, but it's not just that. I try to do as much work as I can on all of those things.
Yeah, I remember you saying that it wasn't really like the therapy and the medication that put a dent in you. It was really you doing like exercising and meditation practice. Really, that was your thing that really helped you. Do you still do that every day today, like exercising? And you do, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And also therapy and also different kinds of counseling. Like there's a lot of different things. There's just a million ways that we get there.
Wow. Is it true that you say that you write a joke, you don't get out of bed, that you have to write one joke, whether it's funny or not, you do that every single day? Do you still do that? Write a joke every single day?
Always. Yeah, for sure. What today's was. Let me see.
Yeah, tell me, I was going to ask you, do you even know, do you want to share what today's was?
Today's wasn't, yeah, I'll tell you what it wasn't. It was, I was telling Elon Musk, go up a size in shirts and jackets and don't jump. It looks so bad when he jumps because the shirt and the jacket is too tight.
Yes!
So I said, don't tuck in your shirt. That's not it. Don't tuck it in and jump. Don't tuck it in and jump because it comes out and it looks so bad. So that, I don't know if that's exactly a joke, but it's like really, it's a critique.
Yes, it is. Well, I know it's so weird because I saw every time you see a photo of him, it's true. Like it's like he's jumping and the posture and where the shirt is tucked in. You were so spot on that. Yes.
Like if you could just, I mean, he needs to do a lot of other things too, like stop president. But, other than that, the shirt is just too tight.
Oh my God, it's so you're so good. Okay. Recently you said, and I really love this, you said, I think that when you're a queer kid, other kids can sense that you are different. And if you don't have the words or the ideas of whatever it takes to understand and love yourself, then you end up kind of like the littlest kid of all. I love this because like I was so bullied as a kid. Like I was in special ed classes, most of my grammar school years because I didn't speak English. And so those kids, they made fun of me. They saw the classes I went into. I felt lonely. I just felt like I was not in this group and no one was there for me. I got bullied on, spit on, everything. And I know for you that happened to you as well. One incident was, I think some girls tricking you going to camp and they put some dog crap in your sleeping bag. How did you get through that time, with all the bullying and all the name calling and the mean stuff that, that kids did to you?
Well, I just cope with it by like having a really rich inner world where I was kind of like, ostracized, but then I realized, oh, it's because I'm a star. Like I'm actually the celebrity. That's why they're afraid or like staying away because they just can't deal with and so it made me really believe in my own fandom and also pushed me into show business. Like that's one of the reasons why I was a comedian so early. I just wanted to be an adult and I wanted to be a comedian. I wanted to be famous. And so I was like, I'm going to leave and do this. And so that's kind of what it was. I was 14. So I was like, that time it made me exit childhood. But I mean, it's not great because I should have gone to school. I still don't have an education, but at least I got into a different world, which for me was what I needed.
Wow. I think you just gave me an aha moment because I'm like, I think me getting bullied all those years really pushed me into where I'm at today, like with our web show. Like, it's like, and it's not, I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I just knew that I always had it in me and it just made me go further and further and something that I love so much. So like, thank you for saying that, really.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you started feeling like your authentic self, when you could, just be you and not be afraid? Was there a time in your career or just in your personal life that you said, I really do like who I am. Like, this is who I am.
I mean, I think it's a journey. Like it takes, I think I definitely feel that now, but I think over so many years, I was always like unhappy with whatever was going on. I didn't feel like I was satisfied in my body. I didn't feel like I was satisfied in my relationships. And a lot of that has to do with like addiction too. Like I think that battling not only like alcohol and drug addiction, I had a pretty severe eating disorder as well. So now as, I'm 56, finally, I think over time, I've figured out a way to manage that self-image and enjoy being myself, but it's taken a lifetime.
Wow. It's crazy you say you're 56 because you do know, and I know everybody tells you this, you know you look like you're in your 30s, like your late 30s. So whatever you're doing, keep it up because you look so damn good.
Thank you.
Your parents, did they come from Korea to America? Was it in 1963? Was that the year they came, or 1964?
1964.
1964.
Yes.
And they came, they worked over here. They ended up buying a gay bookstore called Paperback Traffic on Polk Street in San Francisco from these gay guys, which I think is so cool. And I want to make it clear that your parents are not gay, okay? They're not gay. But did them having this bookstore, did it help them accept you for being their queer kid? And, for you being, did it help them? Because they had this gay bookstore, so you would think, like, oh, my daughter, perfect, be what you want to be.
So, also, like, they just looked at everything, like, gay was normal. Like, straight was the anomaly.
Oh.
Like, straight was like, that's weird. Like, and that's a wonderful way to grow up. Like, when you're in a place of like, oh, actually being gay is the actual like status quo.
Uh-huh.
And anything outside of that is odd.
Oh.
So it was really weird, I guess, thinking about it, but I'm glad for that,
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for that.
Wow. Well, I'm grateful to you because, like, even before I came out, like, I always remember seeing your face, like, really standing up for the LGBTQIA community. Like, it was always you, Margaret. You're the first person I remember standing there, protecting our rights, standing up for us, and I thank you for that. What would you say to someone, which I think is everyone in our community and the LGBTQIA, like, who's afraid of this current administration and what they continue to do? Like, what would you say to someone who's watching this interview and just like, I feel helpless. I feel really scared about what's happening right now.
It's scary, but we have to fight with everything that we have. And actually, like, if we look back really truthfully, we've been through worse. We've been through far worse. I mean, in the 80s and 90s, we were dealing with the same kind of oppressive government that was trying to erase us entirely, and also dealing with a pandemic that was killing us daily. So the fact that we don't have to deal with this disease readily, at least right now, again, and we have some rights that we have gained before then. So we're in a terrible situation right now, but we have been through worse and we've made it. So I think that to remember that historically, to remember that we are better off than we were, but also that doesn't mean don't fight. We have to fight with everything that we have.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Yeah, because I felt like so many of us, we kind of like, we're so bummed, and like especially the first month, like we're just like, oh, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to watch news. I just can't take it. Like, this is insane. What is happening? How could people have voted for that person? But I think what you said, it's true. Like, I guess we have to get back out there and fight and stand up for our rights and for love, because it's all love. We're like on the side of good. And I just think that's just, we have to remember that. So thank you for saying that, really.
Thank you.
What's so crazy is that the girl who would have these vivid dreams about being a stand-up comedian, I think of your life now and hearing people like, Vogue magazine or Rolling Stones has said that you are one of the best comedians of all time. I just think it's so amazing. When you hear that, what does that make you feel, where you are in your life, in your career, when, people say that to you, Margaret Cho?
Oh, it's wonderful. I mean, it's so validating, and it's encouraging because it makes me want to keep going. I want to keep doing it. I really love what I do, and I really am dedicated to it. It's the biggest part of my life is stand-up comedy. Also music, also acting, and all those things. But comedy is probably the thing that I lead with because it's the thing that I've done like for so long, and what I will always do. Yeah. So yeah, I really love it.
You're so good at it. And also, you taking care of your cats and Lucia, your dog. Like you also are the mom to all your animals, okay? Yeah, there she, yes.
She's right here. She had the hiccups today. It was so funny.
Oh my God, I love it that she's right next to you. I'm like, where is she? Like, I don't see Lucia. Where is she?
She's always right by my leg.
Okay. Lucia, here's your friend Nyla, our little Nyla.
Oh, hi, Nyla.
Who's 15 years old, wanted to say hi to you.
Hi, Nyla. What a sweetie.
We rescued her in LA, so like, yeah, we've had her for 15 years. Yeah, we rescued her, and like, she's our little girl, so yeah, I love it. Thank you. Okay, so I want people to know that you're on tour. You're live in Live a Tour, which is tickets. They can go to margaretcho.com. I love it when you imitate your mother because of, it makes me think of, my mother who had that heavy accent. So why don't you give our viewers just a little preview of what they can expect when they come see you?
It's gonna be a good show. You have to come see. Everybody have to come. Everybody have to come. It's so good. She loves it.
Oh my God, I love your parents and I love you.
I love you.
That was so good. That was so good. Okay, so everyone, you know where you can listen. Please listen to this because it's so good. Watch the video. Oh, this way. What? She's got a good booty. My husband's telling me do it this way. I'm like, whatever. Her butt's cute. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Margaret Cho. We really appreciate you being a guest on A Spoonful of Paolo. I've looked up to you for such a long time, and we're just so honored. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Come say goodbye, Patrick. Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you.
All right. Have a wonderful day, okay?
Thank you, you too.
All right. We love you. Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.